Hey, so the video is about to start, and I beg you, please continue to the middle portion of the video. I promise it's worth it. Hey, welcome to Salongirl Gardens. I am just driving out in my car, and I saw this really cool long row of commercial planting of Rainbow Bright's Swiss chard. This is something I think all cities and neighborhoods should be doing. What you're looking at is a landscape commercial row of Swiss chard. And you can see it's a gorgeous ornamental plant and highly nutritious. And it's a huge long hedge of Swiss chard. And it was more impressive because it was in a neighborhood Walmart parking lot. And I don't know if they knew what they were planting, but it was beautiful, and it spurred me to make this video for y'all. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And I have had Swiss chard growing in my garden. I planted it in January, I believe, and I went out and harvested it after I saw this hedge of Swiss chard. I'm super excited to show this to you. So I planted the Swiss chard bright lights on the left back in January, and here it is. I harvested some this morning. There's the red and the gold. There's some purple back there, some more gold, and I sauteed it in butter and cooked it with eggs. And did you know that you can keep harvesting the outer leaves of this and cooking them up, and it'll keep growing from the middle? So see that little guy right there? That's a new little Swiss chard baby. And that's some new little Swiss chard babies. And so if you just keep harvesting the outer leaves of Swiss chard, it can keep going completely up into the frost. So the frost will totally kill it. But look at that. And look at that gorgeous plant. And so this is Swiss chard bright lights. I have a friend in a North Texas gardening group who makes enchiladas with the Swiss chard leaves, which is a pretty cool way to do it. So I'm going to show you the Swiss chard in my garden and encourage you to plant some in your garden, because look, it is a pretty plant. And so if you're restricted to a gardening within an HOA, it's pretty. It's just a pretty foliage plant. So I had this great video planned for today about Swiss chard. I had to go to my salon yesterday to pick up mail, and on my way there I saw a beautiful Swiss chard hedge, and I thought, oh, that's so cool. I have Swiss chard growing in my garden. I am going to make a great video about this and put it up, because the Swiss chard hedge that I saw, I thought was brilliant and could be a great way to help feed people in our communities. Anyhow, so I'm making this video and I'm showing you my Swiss chard. There's my Swiss chard. Showing you my Swiss chard. And earlier I had harvested some leaves and I scrambled them up in some eggs, and they were really good. And so I came out to make this video, and I'm digging around in the dirt, and let me show you what I found. I was digging around. I was taking out some of the outer leaves because that's how I read it should be harvested. And I'm digging around and I'm seeing little bulbs coming out of the ground. And I was like, what? What's going on with that? I don't understand. And then I pulled that one out, which I thought was the gold version of Swiss chard, because I had taken that off earlier and eaten part of it. That is a full-on beet. And so I went back to the seed pack that I know I planted from seed, and it's this. It's this very Morris seed pack. And so I got to Googling some more and Google is saying that Swiss chard and beets are the same thing, which I had no idea. Beets are the fleshy root of the Swiss chard, and Swiss chard is the thick fleshy stems. Y'all, my focus in gardening has been about growing pretty flowers. This food production is intimidating. It's definitely a head scratcher, and I could sit here and pretend I'm like an expert on Swiss chard or whatever, but I'm clearly not. Clearly not. But apparently it is the same plant. I know I planted these from this seed packet, so not sure what's going on. The greens were delicious in my eggs sauteed this morning. So I encourage you to grow Swiss chard / beets in your garden. Super easy to grow. It's a pretty plant, you can see. It makes a great hedge, as I showed you in that previous video. I don't know what to tell you guys now. I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you enjoyed the honesty, because I'm clearly not a vegetable expert. So, I guess I'll just tell you what I know about this plant. I planted it from seed back in January, and it has grown to that. Whether it's beets or Swiss chard, I don't know what it is, but it's good. And I've been harvesting the outer leaves of it and sauteing it up. But now I'm going to be roasting a beet tonight. Look at that. Thank you so much for joining me at Salongirl Gardens today. And as always, be well, be safe, and grow some food.